AP photo, Mark J. Terrell, Los Angeles, AP. An 18-inning loss in Game 3 of the World Series couldn't wear out the Boston Red Sox. A 4-run deficit late in Game 4 definitely didn't faze them. This plucky powerhouse just kept getting big hits to move to the brink of another championship. Steve Pearce hit a tying homer in the 8th inning and a 3-run double in the 9th, and the Red Sox emphatically rallied for a 9-6 victory over the Los Angeles Dodgers on Saturday. AP photo, Mark J. Terrell, pinch hitter Rafael Devers singled home Brock Holt with a tie-breaking run in the 9th as Boston roared to a 3-2-1 lead in the best-of-7 matchup. Less than a day after a wrenching, 440-minute defeat ended well past midnight, the Red Sox trailed 4-0 in the 7th inning before they shook off that heartbreak, warmed up their bats and sped away from LA. "I've never been on a team where you just get punched in the face and then come back tomorrow and act like they are totally fine," Red Sox slugger J.D. Martinez said. "It's impressive." Game 5 is Sunday at Dodger Stadium, where the Red Sox can close out a spectacular season with their 4th title in 15 years. Boston picked Game 2 winner David Price to start on short rest over Chris Sale against fellow lefty Clayton Kershaw. AP photo, Elise Amendola. Soon after Yasiel Puig's 3-run homer in the 6th put the Dodgers up by 4, Boston's incredible surge began with pinch hitter Mitch Moreland's 3-run homer in the 7th. By the time they were done decimating the Dodgers bullpen, 6 Red Sox had combined for 7 hits, 4 for extra bases. "It was just a great night, all the way around," Pearce said. "A great team win. A much-needed win, especially after what happened in Game 3. I just love this team's fight." The Red Sox scored just 2 runs in their first 24 innings at Dodger Stadium, but added 9 more in the final 3 innings of Game 4. Sale's motivational screams in the dugout might have played a role, but whatever the reason, Boston responded splendidly to a perilous situation. "Sometimes in October we talk about mechanics, and how you feel at the plate and all that, but sometimes it's will," rookie manager Alex Cora said. "You will yourself to do great things. And it started very simple. A few good at-bats, and then the big swing, and we kept rolling and we didn't stop playing." The Red Sox overcame a 3-run deficit in a World Series game for the 2nd time. Boston also rallied from 3 down against Cincinnati in 1975 in Game 6, best known for Carlton Fisk's dramatic homer in the 12th after Bernie Carbo tied it with a 3-run shot. Pearce was an unlikely candidate to join that lineage as the latest postseason hero in Boston's long October history, but the 12-year veteran acquired in June did it twice. AP photo, David J. Phillip. The 35-year-old journeyman connected off All-Star closer Kenley Jansen for a tying homer in the 8th, and cleared the bases 1 inning later with a double to the gap. Pearce joined Carl Yastrzemski in 1967 and David Ortiz in 2004 as the only Boston players to homer while driving in 4 runs in a World Series game. Puig's homer was a big blow, but everybody was pulling for each other, trying to get each other riled up, Pearce said. "This team has a lot of fight, and it was great to see how we responded. Our offense went silent for about 20-plus innings, so our pitchers did a great job." The superlative Boston roster that won 108 regular season games and then rolled through the 100-win New York Yankees and defending champion Houston Astros to win the AL pennant is now 1 win from this formerly tormented franchise's 9th World Series crown. Enrique Hernandez hit a 2-run homer in the 9th for Los Angeles, which could become the first team to lose the World Series on its home field in back-to-back seasons since the New York Giants lost at the Polo Grounds to the Yankees in 1936 and 1937. The Dodgers bullpen flopped after manager Dave Roberts pulled starter Rich Hill, who dazzled for 6 1/3 innings of 1-hit ball. Los Angeles must overcome a 3-2-1 deficit to end its 30-year championship drought. Only 6 teams have accomplished the feat in a best-of-7 World Series, although the Chicago Cubs did it just 2 years ago. "We're not out yet," Roberts said. "Our guys aren't done. We've got our best going tomorrow and we're expecting to win a baseball game. Less than 17 hours after Max Muncy's 18th inning homer for the Dodgers ended the longest game in World Series history at 7 hours, 20 minutes, the teams were back on the field in Chavez Ravine. Game 4 took only 3 hours, 57 minutes, but had at least as many twists and turns. After Hill left to a standing ovation, Boston's feast on the Dodgers relievers began. By the time the Red Sox were done, all 5 relievers used by Roberts had yielded at least 1 run. Moreland got the comeback started with his 3-run shot off Ryan Madson, only Boston's second hit of the game, after Xander Bogaerts and Holt walked. Pierce then repeated the game 3 feet of Jackie Bradley Jr., who also hit a tying homer in the 8th off Jansen. The longtime Dodgers closer has 3 blown saves and an extra inning lost during the past 2 World Series. Dodger Stadium was already rumbling with tension and fear when Holt doubled in the 9th off losing pitcher Dylan Floro. Sent him home with a go-ahead single, and 3 batters later, Pierce cleared the bases. After Pierce arrived at second and Martinez was intentionally walked, Martinez used his hands to make a hardened-mouthed "I love you" to Pierce. Both players cracked up. Pierce even scored Boston's 9th run on Bogaerts' single, celebrating wildly with teammates in somnolent Chavez Ravine. AP photo, David J. Philip Devers added a big defensive play in the 9th when he slid to stop Manny Machado's hard grounder behind third before throwing across the diamond for the second out. Craig Kimbrell retired Cody Bellinger to end it, leaving Puig in the on-deck circle. After throwing 6 pitches in relief the night before, left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez largely stymied the Dodgers until giving up Puig's homer in the 6th. Rodriguez slammed his glove on the mound in frustration. Los Angeles opened the scoring on a throwing error by catcher Christian Vasquez. Joe Kelly was the winner after tossing 2 shutout innings. Hollywood Lights stands were packed with iconic Los Angeles athletes from Sandy Koufax and Magic Johnson to Kobe Bryant, who read the Dodgers' starting lineup before watching from the front row in a Machado jersey. Hollywood luminaries also attended, including Charlize Theron, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, James Franco, Don Johnson and Rob Lowe. For the first pitch, Dennis Eckersley took the mound in an Athletics jersey for a toss to Kirk Gibson, whose game-ending homer off Eck in the 1988 World Series still looms larger than Muncy's drive-in Dodgers history. Starting from 0, Rodriguez, who threw 93 pitches, became the first pitcher to start a World Series game on 0 days rest since Firpo Marbury for the Washington Senators in 1924. Up next, Red Sox. Price gave up 2 runs and 3 hits over 6 innings in Game 2 for his second consecutive postseason win. He also pitched in relief in Game 3. Dodgers. Kershaw makes his 4th World Series start. He was charged with 5 runs and 7 hits over 4+ innings in a Game 1 loss at Boston. What others are clicking on, greater than more stories.